All right, we're live.
All right.
All right,
Harry,
we'll stop acting like fools now.
I'm actually Harry, Christina.
You wanted. This is what you wanted. So.
I know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh God! What an ordeal! The stream not brought to you by Virgin Media.
Yeah.
Apparently they were trying
Gonna
to
have
do
a talking to.
Yeah, someone go speak to Sir Richard Branson, please, and tell him to fix my internet, because we were having real issues.
He's busy trying to fly around the world.
Christina's in the chat, and she just said, "Bro, what is the name Harry Christina?"
I'm Harry, Christina. I'm the Christina replacement.
Yeah, he's in your
Christina.
window,
Okay.
Christina. So he's Harry Christina. Whoa, we got some subs. That's awesome. Whoever did that.
Why? Because I can. Okay.
Okay. Why?
This is
Because
the
I
privilege
can.
for stepping in to the
Yeah,
to the Christina
if
zone.
you don't show up, Christina, this is what happens. Someone has to be you. So, yeah, that makes Jake our pretty princess this week.
True.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't want to beat around the bush here, guys. I don't want to take up any more time to do a beleaguered intro, but I would like to quickly say a massive thank you to our two guests who have decided to step into the breach due to our absences this week, and I would love to give them the floor to introduce themselves in however they see fit. Jake, would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Jake. I am an avid D&D player, as has been made known by the fact that I am currently partaking in this stream. On the side, I'm a musician, as one of my bigger hobbies, pianist mostly. But yeah, I have no experience in acting or voice acting tonight, so I'm going to be put to shame by people like such as Ryan over here. But but otherwise, just going to try to have the most fun that I can.
Too modest, too modest. I asked
Yes,
Jake years
you
ago
tell
to join
yourself
this
short.
stream, and he rejected me because I wasn't good enough
I
for
did.
him.
Yeah.
That was literally my words.
All right, and now a true OG, a man who has been on the channel before, not just been on the channel, but hosted the stream himself, Mr. Matt. Some of our viewers may recognize you.
Hello, I'm Matt. I've been a D&D player for many, many years, and I fix shit for a living. Like, literally fix shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a glorified plumber. I fix the stuff that plumbers put in.
If you know what I mean.
Matt fixes pipes for a living, everybody. Or that's what he tells people, because, you know, he has a different profession.
You shut your mouth.
We all know the real job.
If I tell people what the real job is, I will probably disappear. So I can't tell you. Alrighty. Well, anyways, you may notice a difference in the music this week. We're trying out some new soundscapes to bring a little bit more of a space fantasy atmosphere to everybody. Also, there were some pretty stark complaints about the moments where I would sit there scrambling, trying to make things work, because my computer just is buggy as all hell sometimes and wouldn't play the music when I wanted to. That being said, thank you everybody again last week for coming to our charity live stream. We made $550 total for the International Bipolar Foundation. Incredible feat, and that all goes out to every single one of you who donated, and I could not be more proud and happy of what we achieved. As for those of you who did it for totally selfish means, i.e. to see James take a pie to the face, the third pie will be reaching our YouTube channel and TikTok in the coming days. So do look out for that. It's pretty awesome.
It's been filmed. I had to go through and do another load of laundry because another set of clothes was absolutely destroyed. And I smelled like pie for another 3 days, but oh well.
Nothing wrong with that.
Man, you don't know what it's like. Trust me.
It's very, very sticky. So yeah, make sure to look out for that, because James literally took a pie to the face for your entertainment. That being said, the stream must begin. Are we all good and ready? The stream to begin?
I think so.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, if Jake's ready, then I'm ready. That's all that matters.
I mean, that's
No.
all that matters, really. Okay.
And Matt's been waiting for now an hour and a half, so.
Yeah, I mean...
Matt's geared up. He's fired up.
Me?
You're there, man. I just had to say something.
Oh, well.
I can't help myself sometimes.
Okay, well, let's hope that this goes well. Trying a new whole sound system. Today's log is brought to you by none other than everybody's favorite chef. Without further ado, Mr. Talk, please recap for us what happened last week. Everybody, click go now.
Chef's log, day 4. The crew has grown and the ship has shrunk, but Torque doesn't mind at all. More mouths to feed, but more friends. Prey is a good kid, but he has no control on some of his actions. Torque has enough nightmares of his own not to have Prey in his head with his. It does trouble me about what the Squiddy said about Prey. He is a headbanger, a head clipper, a harpooner, no harbinger of death. Prey seems too innocent to be that, though. But I have been fooled before. Funny, though, all his friends on vacation are not really on vacation. Maybe Prey is just lonely. He always seems upset after visiting his papa. I was a bit upset that all the watermelons were used by Yue to make that statue for Chutney. He liked it, so it was okay in the end. Yue is a trickster underneath all that calm. She is running from trouble, though, but that would not be the first person on the ship to do so. Yue just needs to know Torque will keep her safe. Those people will not take her from this ship. Since she knows how to draw and write so good, maybe she can teach Torque how to use his colors better. The head pains have become bad again. Something is not right, and I feel I'm slipping. The nightmare and how those stupid giant bugs were chasing me. I feel like a chutney grenade that could blow up at any moment. The fear and sadness and rage in my head. Torque needs to find some medicine soon. Gideon has acted strange as well. Maybe that's why things seem uneasy. He leaves Artemis without me, or telling me. He's never done that before. Torque is his right hand. Maybe Torque should ask Gideon if he doesn't trust him anymore. I give him no reason to do so, but he seems away. I can't stop thinking about that blue crystal. And then it was on that ship. Torque has to get that ship. Gideon has to take me to find that crystal. Something I must have. I will talk with Prey about it. He's so smart about books and such. Torque better get up now and cook breakfast. I can lay in this hammock all day, but they would starve. Maybe Gideon can build me a new smoke box. Torque can make smoked axe beak and bacon. We can build it together and maybe be friends again.
Okay. A little window into Torque's mind there for you all.
Wonderful.
Thank you again, Ryan, for this week's intro.
It's a pleasure. It's always fun.
Okay, well, as we all may recall, Captain Gideon left the ship last week after the crew were preoccupied with the remnants of their nightmare. He didn't want to miss the opportunity that had been presented to him, leaving Praecordium, Torque, and Yue to pick up the pieces on the ship. Precordium, you just completed the silencing of the storm that raged inside you, nullifying the magic that would not be contained. What is it you are doing now?
Kind of like slowly stand up and like brush off my robes and go over to my little bureau and go over all of my like small little belongings. I think I have like a little rough sack with some extra clothes in it, and that's about all I brought with me to the Artemis. And I make sure everything's in order, even though it already is, and just like look down, look at myself in the mirror one time, shake my head, and then walk towards the door and head back up to the top of the ship.
Okay. You walk up to the top of the ship to find Torque in a state of almost transfixed bewilderment, still staring off the side of the ship at the tradesman that flew off with a humming glow.
Torque, I wanted to say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for.
I think that I let my emotions get the better of me.
Talk understands. Happens to me too.
And that compromise might have led to me influencing you last night. And I'm sorry that it caused you so much pain.
I just brought up lots of old memories and scary situations and things that Torque wishes he could not remember, but does.
Well, I will do my best to prevent it from happening again.
I'm sorry for snapping
at least
at
until
you.
next Halloween.
Torque, sorry for snapping at you a bit. When emotions are going crazy for Torque, I can be reckless a bit with my, speech and things. So, I have a question, Prey, since you're here and you know so much, or at least talk like you know so much.
I do a lot of talking.
So, during the nightmare, I had a blue crystal that was humming, and then it slammed into my head, and when it did, that's when I died or woke, I don't know. But
slammed into your head like you whacked your head against it?
No, it like flew up and hit me in the head. And so when I was here, that ship that was taking off is gone. It had the same sound, a humming sound, and that was what the crystal was doing in a blue light, just like the crystal. And I told Gideon he has to take me to go see it, but I don't know what it is. And I thought maybe you might know, like if crystals or something.
I mean, that Torque, there are a lot of crystals in like everywhere. In particular, ones that can hit you in the head. I'm sure a great deal of them would hurt.
Yeah, but this one hummed and it.
I don't quite understand how you saw one recently. I wouldn't think such things as our nightmares translating into this world.
But I've never had a nightmare with the same person at the same time either.
There is a chance for everything, isn't there? Rob, what do I know of crystals flying up and hitting people in the forehead?
Roll an Arcana check.
Alright. I'm going into my cranium,
Palladium.
my cranium carousel. Round and around we go.
I think it's more like a roller coaster.
Oh. I fear as though I have gotten sick upon my wild ride. I got a 5 on my Arcana check.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, you start digging through your memory, desperately trying to think of a crystal that would pop up into the face of a creature and in some way vanquish it in doing so, but such a peculiar and particular inference doesn't ring a bell. You think maybe it was an implement being controlled by a magical, some sort of magical creature or arcane adept.
It was a ghost.
Ghost?
Yes, probably. I don't know. Maybe poltergeist throws stuff, threw you a rock at your head. You died from blunt force trauma.
Polar guys. Oh, okay.
Poltergeist.
Polar guys. Yes. Talk understands.
But to be honest with you, I have no clue. I'm just talking out of my ass.
Do you do that a lot?
Yes.
Well, anyways, you could fly ship though and take me to that crystal, right?
Which way did it go?
That way.
I mean, did Gideon say it was okay?
No. He said he would check with the dock master to see the space dock guy if he knew the name of the ship.
Right, well, we should probably wait for him to be here, shouldn't we? Didn't he say he was going to go and meet someone?
Yes, you're right. I'm just a little excited and so you're right.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, what should we do now? I can go get breakfast ready, or anything else.
Mean, do you play checkers or like what? Do we have Jenga? Game of Life.
This stream not brought to you by Jenga.
All the Milton Bradley products.
Jenga's just fishing for endorsements at this point.
Or lawsuits, really.
Yeah,
Hungry
exactly.
hippos, anyone?
Stop!
Get in here.
Stop! That's to be fair, owned by Hasbro's. So
Yeah.
Same.
I have some dice. We could play Yahtzee. I have dice.
Is that one? I hope that one's Hasbro too. Just let's toe in the line here, boys. Okay.
At this point, it's a roll of the dice, you know.
But Tish. Okay. Can we just stop? Can we just never do this again after that one?
Deal.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Maybe.
Okay. So you both just want to play some games with each other while you wait for Gideon to return.
Of course.
Okay.
I
So
don't think I have anything extra special to do.
Can I play
do you have a gaming set proficiency or own one?
rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Do I?
Torque would have it.
I don't
Torque
think I
has-
have proficiency in.
No.
I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd.
My proficiencies are in cooking utensils and navigator's tools, apparently.
Okay.
We're gonna play charades with 2 people.
So the pair of you are going to while away time aimlessly on the ship, waiting for your dear captain's return. Over the course of an hour, probably Talk grows more and more anxious about Gideon's belated return. Until you hear a cry from the end of the aft castle, where you see Chutney pointing down towards the ramp that leads onto the Artemis, and heavy footfalls come stepping up towards the deck. People! Approaching! On the starboard side!
What kind of people, Chutney?
Uh,
More of those soldiers?
No, I believe that's what they call a turtle, sir, and, it's one of those vile bandits from the other day!
Come peering out from the cabin.
Okay, you stick your head out to see a large individual, followed by a wiry-framed Gith. Jake, would you like to describe Gurdlac to the party?
Absolutely. Bigger than your average turtle, and standing on 2 legs instead of 4 is a man dressed in pirate accoutrement. Across his chest is slung a chain that feels like it should bind a weapon to his back, but isn't currently. Beneath his massive shell is a mess of leather and chainmail clearly thrown together haphazardly from a dozen suits of armor that didn't quite fit the bill for his physique. His hands kind of end in gnarled claws, and he has this vile expression on his face at all times.
He said the word.
It's Narclaw!
Get him! Right, Matt.
Yes. It's Gurdlac. He's cosplaying as
It's just been Halloween, so.
True. Yeah,
okay.
he's got to finish taking off his costume.
Matt, would you like to describe Zorex to the group?
Yeah, so Zorex is roughly 5'10", very gaunt, malnourished, has like a sickly, pale gray skin color, no nose. He has patchy silver mutton chops, a tattered bandana with holes in it, where there's little bits of gray hair sticking through it. Patchwork leather armor that looks like he stitched it together poorly, with dirty linens underneath. He has a rapier dangling off of one hip and a dagger sheathed on the other.
Okay. So, to those of you who are not familiar or haven't watched the formative episodes of this campaign, the party previously did combat with a type of Gith known as the Pirate of Gith that hail from wild space rather than the astral sea, which is precisely the type of figure that Zorex cuts. How are we reacting to these 2 gentlemen approaching the ship?
Gonna, usher Torque. Torque, I think Gnawclaw is here. He's come for us.
Torque will grab his cleaver off of the magnetic
All right.
hanger, and then another knife and his spatula.
Hold it. We can play this.
But we're not playing games with Gnawclaw.
Yes, but Gideon
He doesn't know
is here.
checkers. I know. Gideon. No.
And we've got to think of something. What if we pretend to be someone he'd be interested in? You know? Wasn't he looking for big villains? I'm a big villain
Dylan?
now. I'm Dylan.
Okay.
But we have to think of an evil name for you.
Bob.
Oh my god,
right.
Bob and Dylan. I hate you.
Calm myself. I've got to get into character talk. Alright. I'm ready.
You look the same.
I'm in a different mindset.
Oh.
I'm in the mind of a mastermind, evil manipulator by the name of Dylan.
It's almost like some kind of mega mind thing, huh?
Some kind of mega mind thing, yes.
All right. Then I am.
Can we get some big pray time in the chat?
Come now, Bob. I'm gonna like. I would assume that we have like saloon double doors to the the
to
the cockpit. Yeah.
Shove the double doors open, like a Michael Bay explosion is going off behind you.
Ah! I knew you would come!
Did ya? Because it was
Of
a real
course
surprise
I did!
to me. I didn't even know I'd come until today.
That's why I'm 5 steps ahead of you, Gnarlclaw.
Oh, you think I'm Gnarlclaw? You've got it wrong, I'm afraid.
Bob. He seems to be 2 steps ahead of me. What do I do?
Take 2 steps back.
I sit back. What do you want, Gnarlclaw?
I'm not Gnarlclaw. The name's Gurdlac, and this is my right-hand man, Zorex. Well, I don't know if you can call him a man. If so, he's quite green, but here he is nonetheless.
Hey, what the fuck's that supposed to mean, huh?
Pipe down!
All right, boss.
What do you want? Wait. Did you say Gurdlac?
Gurdlac, yes.
Sorry, I must have a conversation with my associate, Bob. I'm gonna like usher him back through the swinging double doors. Bob, didn't we find an anchor with the name Gurdlac on it?
I think so, but Torken can't understand. It doesn't read it. I don't know.
All right.
But there's a big anchor that we found.
There is a big anchor. All right, we have a bargaining chip. Let's see what they want.
What are we gonna get out of them?
I don't know yet. Information.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I kick the door open. What do you know, Gurdlac?
About what exactly? You've got to be a little bit more specific. I know a lot about
Why are
a
you
lot.
here?
Because I walked up to your ship.
Why did you walk up to our ship?
We're looking for, hold on, what's his name? What's his name, sorry? Gilbert? It's Gilbert, right?
I think so.
I don't know. Look. Can we come aboard?
I don't know. And you?
I
Just
don't know
walk
either.
up.
That's what I asked you for.
Why are you here? You're looking for someone? Well, I'm Dylan, and this is my associate Bob, and this is X.
I'm X.
Well, we'll put it
And
And
this
I'm
way.
Chutney!
You mentioned the name
Damn
Gnarlclaw.
it, Chutney.
You see, I think we might be acquaintances. By the fact that
You're
we're both
an
looking
acquaintance
for...
of Gnarlclaw. I knew it.
No, you and I, not me and Gnarlclaw. But the thing that binds us together, my strange young lad, is the fact that we're both looking for Gnarlclaw, I think.
Interesting. And you thought he would be on this ship?
We didn't know what would be on this ship.
Then why are you here?
To find out what's on this ship.
So
Well,
you
we're-
walked
we're
up
on
on
the ship.
every ship in this harbor.
No, just
Looking.
this one, specifically.
Why did you come to this one?
Because we wanted to find out what was on the ship.
What set this ship apart from all the other ships?
The fact that we wanted to look at this one. Right, Zorex?
I mean, yeah, it looks kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
But
get
this
any
is Gideon's
thoughts.
ship. Don't
And
get
see-
any ideas.
And for what it's worth, you said the name Gnarlclaw, so my gut was right.
Wait. Did he just say Gideon?
Oh, that's the name, right? Gideon. That's the name. Yeah, Gideon.
Yeah.
The only man who's bested Gnarlclaw.
So what you're saying is you picked a random ship and decided that that ship was going to be the one with Gideon upon it. And you walked up gangplank.
Yeah,
How does this
continue. Yeah, you're taking thoughts right out of my brain.
Right, there might be something more to this, Bob.
You
Oh,
do
yeah,
look
yes,
like a Bob.
I'm Bob. Yes.
Nice to meet you, Bob. I'm Gurdlac.
Yeah, hey, Bob. I'm. Oh, hi. I'm Bob.
Hi, Bob. I'm Gurdlac.
Yeah.
Talk's
Pray.
very confused.
It's really hard to remember names when we're not being ourselves.
You just
you're not
blew my cover.
You're not yourselves.
Did he just call him Prey?
Yeah,
All right,
Craig.
the
He's
jig is up.
Dylan. His name is Dylan.
This
I'm
is
Bob.
Torque. I'm
Bob
Precordium.
Dylan.
And I'm
Torque and
Ix.
Precordium. Now those sound like much better names. Dylan and Bob? That just sounds like some kind of music artist.
His name is still X.
That's right. And I'm Chutney.
His name was
Chutney.
always Chutney.
What a fellow, this Chutney.
He eats a lot of watermelons and stuff.
Should I put
Maybe
this
I should
away?
too.
No grenades. No, put it down. Go. Put it down.
Oh, and he puts the
Oh.
grenade back in his pocket.
Zorex, look! They've got weaponry aboard. This is definitely Gideon's ship.
And Zorex, do you just follow this man around?
Well, I mean, he's my captain, of course.
Yeah, Captain Gurdlac, at your service.
I don't know how
You
I
have a
feel
ship?
about it. Don't
No.
you need a ship to be a captain?
Semantics, really.
Oh, I see. Well, it seems as though that we are two birds, one stone of a feather.
Is that how the colloquialism goes there, Zorex? Is that how it goes? I wasn't quite aware.
No.
Yeah, I think it's we're a bunch of birds, a flock of birds for the same feather, right? That's what it is, Precordium.
That does sound right. You are.
Yes. Mm.
Yes.
The stone
Yes.
is used to kill the birds.
Yeah,
In
two
the-
birds.
Two birds with one stone. Yeah.
Oh,
That's how
I
it
see.
goes. Mm-hmm.
In any case, we are also searching for this Gnawclaw.
I
Gideon
know.
isn't here. When was he supposed to be back, Tor?
A long time ago. He's never done this before. But he's supposed to be back. He's back. He's always on time, except when he's late.
And we don't know where he went.
Oh,
No.
wait, this is
But-
Gideon's ship, right?
This is Gideon's ship. This is the Artemis. This is us, our crew.
But it
I
doesn't
do
have
have
a
an
captain
idea.
currently, right?
He is
Yes, we have a
away on
captain.
business.
Yeah,
Yes,
so there's no
Gideon.
captain aboard. Correct.
Not currently.
Yes.
Zorex, you think of what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
You think we could take him?
I'll take the skinny one.
You're good with the slender folk.
Stop talking about chutney like that.
Come to think of it, I don't think either of us can take chutney.
No, I'm pretty sure if he sat on me, I'd just die immediately.
But
Yeah.
we do need to find Captain. And it seems as though this man has remarkable skill in blundering into success.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, he must know me. Word gets around real quick.
So if you think of the captain, we'll just follow you.
All right,
But
let me meditate. And he'll just kind of stumble back a couple of steps, and then whoop, all of his limbs go inside of his shell, and he just slams to the ground. The chain on his back clinking.
Is he okay in there?
Yeah, this is how he thinks. You got a problem with that?
Oh, it's like when you just like stop talking to us in the middle of a sentence and like start thinking and you're gone and all of a sudden you come back and you start talking.
Prey is gonna like crouch down and look inside of the the shell, and he's gonna say, "Yeah, but mine is much cooler, 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 cooler," and it like echoes into the shell.
Just as you finish this sentence, his head pops out and headbutts you immediately as he finishes thinking. Just boom. Oh God! Your cranium! It's like adamantium. What is this?
Meaning that crystal.
Oh, by the gods! You scrambled my brains in exchange for yours.
But you have a poltergeist in there.
And he'll slowly
polgeyser.
rise to his feet again.
Polgeyser, yes.
What the bloody hell is a polgeyser? No, I've got.
Don't worry about it. Have you had a
I'll show
brain
you a
blast?
pole geyser.
A what? A brain blast? Oh, right. I was supposed to think in there. Give me a second. Thump.
Never mind. I have lost all faith, Torque. If you have any ideas, inform me of them.
We need to go find Gideon. I mean, they're coming here to find him. We must find the captain.
Gideon said he'd come back soon.
Thump.
Well,
All right, I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he say he was going?
he didn't say.
Said he go
That's
me
not a-
contact, find information, Gnawclaw.
Oh.
Why he tell you
Information,
everything? He not
Urkel.
tell me anything.
I come meeting.
Talk right, man.
Talk not there.
Torque would just kind of slink his drop his shoulders a little bit, just slouch back down.
Well, we might be able to help you find Gnarlclaw if that helps you find your friend.
Wow, where
Cool.
do you mean to find him?
Possibly.
Well, first of all, let's talk business, lads. Alright? One thing we'll get straight. Until we find your captain, I'm the captain of this here ship.
If I'm the right hand of the captain, does that mean I'm now your right hand?
No, that's
Or-
Zorex. You can be my left hand.
But what am I?
Whatever you were before.
Perfect.
What were you before? What exactly are you?
I'm the pilot.
Oh, perfect. We don't have one of those. Zorex sucks at that.
Well, wait, you have no ship and you're not no pilot.
So does Chutney.
What do you mean? I can't fly a spelljammer.
It was just a bad dream we had.
What's the name of this here vessel, anyhow?
This is the Artemis.
Well, it's the tortoise now.
No, I think it's still the Artemis.
Don't look like a tortoise.
Look, I even painted it on the back. It says on the
Looks like a dragonfly.
We'll cover it up.
Oh my.
We'll put the tortoise over it.
Can
Keep
you
it
spell-
down, Chutney.
I can't spell tortoise. Can you?
I can. Yeah, I'll help you out. Yeah. How's your handwriting?
I made these signs a while back. And I
Oh.
look at them, and they're just, they're awful. Like, letters are flipped. There's, like, nothing spelled correctly. They're phonetically, like, tried, but they're
It's
not.
like
they're not
Cyrillic
close.
letters in there for no reason.
There's,
Right,
there's hieroglyphics in there for some point, They're just,
I take it you're not the ship's linguist for some reason. No, doesn't seem
I'm
to
the
be...
cook.
The cook?
Uh,
Zorex, we didn't have a cook, did we?
Zorex kind of looks down at himself. No, we absolutely did not.
Because he's so skinny.
He could eat some food.
Giant, overweight
Get this
Gurdlac.
boy some milk.
Someone was
All right,
He's
so
all shell.
given the lack of this Captain Gideon, who's in charge?
It's a democracy.
Torque
There's no
first mate,
democracy
right?
aboard the ship.
Make Torque captain.
Torque in charge. Torque's in charge.
Dork! Oh, you seem like a reasonable businessman, lad. If a bit hairy.
I am, yeah, well, better be Harry than Shelley.
All right.
Anyways,
So we're agreed then. The ship's name is the Tortoise. I'm the captain until we find your captain. Deal. And he'll extend a hand.
Let's just do this. I'll just roll something here to see if Torque will easily agree or not agree. Let's just
I'm on board for this.
I'm gonna roll a d20. If it's odd, then it's Torque agrees. If it's even, he doesn't agree.
Okay. Leaving it up to chance. Let's see how it goes.
It's odd. He agrees. It's an 11.
Perfect. We'll shake hands on it. Captain Gurdlac, he has a firm handshake.
But only until we get Captain back.
Yeah.
Only
Semantics.
temporary.
Yeah, sure.
So how are you going to help us find Gnawclaw?
Good question. I'll think on it. Now, show me to my quarters.
No, you're not allowed into the captain's quarters.
That's my quarters. I'm the captain. We just shook hands on this. I don't think they understand how a deal works, do they, Zorex?
I'll show him to Captain.
No, I don't think they do.
Hey, out of the other room.
So,
Celestia, don't let him in. Don't let him in that room.
no, I'm definitely gonna let him in the room. And X winks at you.
What exactly is in this
Torque
room?
will try to wink back, but both eyes, he just blinks at him.
Don't let him into that room.
Come, Captain. I take you to room they don't want go.
A reasonable man. He respects my leadership already. I understand. Come on, Zorex. Join me.
Okay, so Celestian will guide Gurdlac and Zorex down into the ship and past the actual captain's quarters and into the like cargo hole cum dormitorium, and he takes you into his room.
Where did we leave Gurdlac's anchor?
It's in the cargo bay with all of the other raw materials.
Oh, powerful. Mm-hmm. Oh. This is the captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Not a man of many words, are you?
No.
Oh, good. I don't have to tell you to shut up as often. Right, Zorex?
Yeah. Hey, is there anything loose around me?
Okay, so we haven't been in Celestian's room before. So Celestian's room is one of the medium suites, like an individual room with a single bed, a porthole, a desk, and a wardrobe.
It was Torque's old room, because Torque now has a hammock.
Yeah, exactly.
He was
Torque
booted.
Sleeps in the hammock. Okay, so his bed is like pristinely made, as though he is a ritualistic, almost militant individual. Gets up in the morning, makes his bed, almost hotel-like in its pristine nature, but his table is far less organized. It's covered in all manner of implements, particularly stuff or implements and tools used for fixing weapons and armor, as well as polishing items and for writing. So he has ink, polish, brushes, smith's tools, all spread out on his desk. His wardrobe, though, is closed.
Right. I'm just gonna try to snag a ink vial off the table.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oof. Not good.
That is a 9. So I believe Celestian does spot you. He looks down at your hand as you're picking it up, and then he eyes Captain Gurdlac, who... Gurdlac, do you also have a passive perception higher than 9?
No.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on, actually. Yeah, no, I do not. No, not at all.
No. Okay, so Gurdlac doesn't see you doing this. And your eyes meet Celestian Zorex, and he basically just stares you down but says nothing.
Yeah, so seeing that he spotted me, I will just pick it up and hold it up and look at it and then put it back down, just whistle and walk.
Pay no mind, nothing to see here.
When you put it back down, Gurdlac will look over at you and then slap your arm. Zorex! I told you, don't touch anything, alright? Not yet.
I was just looking at it. I can't look at stuff.
I know how you are. Sorry, he's got problems. Not all there in the head.
You captain now. All is yours.
That's right. Oh, right. Good point. Take it. Take it, Zorex.
Zorex will look back. You just pick it up and stick it in his pocket.
Celestian is grinding his teeth.
Assert dominance.
Seriously, I
Rob
don't
is
want
blind
it
from
anymore.
the inside.
It's about the thrill. It's not. It's not about anything else.
Now
And when
you
Gurdlac-
think find Gideon. Let X know if you need anything.
You're X, right?
I'm X.
Well, nice to meet you, X. I'm Gurdlac, your captain.
That's right.
All right.
When Gurdlac looks away, I'm just going to put it back on the table.
This is just getting real awkward now. You can go. You can go.
He backs out slowly, has to go in reverse. Beep, beep, because he's got the lower body of a giant dragon horse person. And then he slams the door shut.
All right, Zorex. We're in deep trouble. He's going to walk over to the bed and sit down, and as he does so, the bed just kind of like bells inward underneath the force of his entire weight.
It's already broken because Celestian is also ginormous. So
we'll have a weight competition between them. Okay,
it would be a close one. You are very heavy. Turtles are insanely heavy because of the shell.
So it groans under his weight.
Quite dense.
How in the hell did you do that?
I don't know. But now we're shins deep in it, okay? So first of all, we don't know where Gideon is. That's a problem. And we're trying to find Narclaw. That's a problem. Because they are too.
What? Isn't that a good thing? If they're trying to find him and we're trying to find him.
Not when they realize we're useless, alright?
Hey, speak for yourself.
I have one talent. And one talent only, Zorex. And that's lovemaking.
Oh, God.
Somehow I feel like...
It's Shelly is the name of the...
Thank you.
You
Thank
remembered
you.
it. You remembered it. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Somehow I
Did you
feel...
just say lovemaking?
It sparked something in your mind. You went into your mind palace.
Ran through.
All the PTSD returned to him at once.
I think our viewer count just halved because of what you just said.
the lovemaking? Yeah, they don't want to see that. The turtle.
I think Nick's here for it though, so that's good.
Yeah, good enough.
Mhm.
All right. Right. Well, any hunches on where Gnarlclaw might be?
How the fuck should I know? I don't...
You were a member of his crew just the same as I.
And
How can you not
have an
know?
idea?
Okay, good point. Your point has been
Exactly. You're supposed to be the captain. I follow your orders. Where the fuck are we going?
made. Don't talk to me like that.
Okay, boss.
All right. I've got a hunch. And you know how my hunches work. It's always in the pit of me belly. Like the food.
Pretty sure everything ends up in the pit of your belly.
We take them to a home port of mine. And we off them all. We just kick them off the ship. And then we take it over. And we cart away with it.
Well, yes,
Mhm.
but also,
Mhm. There's a bot coming. No.
if we don't kick them off the ship, and then
Right.
we find Gurdlac, they help us beat Gurdlac. Because remember,
No. I'm Gurdlac. You Narclaw.
Narclaw.
They got confused too. I'll forgive
Look, I'm
you.
not a
alright?
smart man, okay?
It's been a long day.
Not a smart man.
but I know what love making is.
Shelley.
Look, Zorex, we all know you're good at one thing, and that's lovemaking.
Hold on, wait a minute.
A bit more than first mate.
Everything ends up in Gurdlac.
Oh,
Oh, James, no.
I'll be honest, you know.
Now I have
He
to
calls
put
it-
the podcast.
He calls him his right
explicit
hand for a
content
reason.
now.
Hey, we
Yeah, he
haven't
calls
said
it his right
anything.
hand for a reason. Yeah.
we're skirting the line. We're dredging the line.
Dredging the line. Oh.
So, if we find Narclaw and it's just me and you, we tried that once. Remember?
Yeah, we sucked. You're right.
Okay, so if we
We were real glad.
and neither of us can pilot this fucking thing.
That's right. Lovemaking only.
So I feel like we kind of need them.
Okay, so
Not
what
only
you're
to-
saying, you're saying there's holes in my plan. That's what you're saying.
One or two, but we can work out the kinks.
All right, fair enough. So what you're saying is we don't kick them off the ship.
We use them, and then we kick them off the ship afterwards.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Zorex. This is why I brought you along. Also because I owe you money, but that's an aside.
Well, I mean, Narclaw owes us both money,
He does. You're right.
so
And we're
you
gonna
don't
get it
really
back.
owe me money.
He owes us his ship, the bloody red mantis.
Right. Also, that if we use them to kill Narclaw, we can just take Narclaw's ship, and they can keep this one.
His ship's better. I know it like the back of my hand. No, that's new. All right, deal. You got a deal, Zorex. Now, to business. Where's Narclaw? We'll just stab in a general direction and pretend he's there, all right? And if he's not there, then the plan is that we just say, oh, he must have caught wind of us and fled. I wonder where he could be next, right? That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah,
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I don't
to
think they'll
pray-
see that coming the first time or the third
There's-
time.
There's only one place I can go where anyone likes me whatsoever. And that's New Sharn.
We could try that.
The Laren spaceport.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
It's probably our best plan. Please just, I need you to agree with me, all right? I need
Yeah, no,
the motivation. I've been in a real depressed state.
Yeah, no,
It's not, it's filthy inside of my shell.
I agree with you, Captain. We just got to go talk to these guys and try to convince them to go when supposedly this Gideon guy is still here somewhere. I don't know if they're going to want to leave him here.
Well, we'll just say he's at New Sharn.
But his ship's still here.
You make a good point, Zorex.
We're on his ship. Unless somebody kidnapped him, we could tell them that he was kidnapped.
A kidnapping. That's great. We can use
But-
the tomato sauce. Make it a whole. Oh no, wait. That's. It doesn't. It
We-
wouldn't be involving me. You're right.
We got here and we said we didn't know where Gideon was. So if we go back up
Yeah,
there and
I
tell
agree,
them that he was kidnapped, it's gonna be weird.
I agree. All right. Let's just tell them our best bet to find this Narclaw is to get information from the Laren spaceport. I've got a few friends there, so to speak. It's hard to call them friends. I owe them all money, every last one of them.
You owe a lot of fucking people money.
That's what happens when you borrow a lot of money. How do you think I got How do you think I got Betsy commissioned? Oh, Betsy, I miss ya.
Where the hell did your anchor even go?
I don't know. I dropped it somewhere. In the drunken stupor. You know how sometimes when I go inside my shell, it rattles the chains a little bit? I think I just dropped it and forgot it.
I feel like you would hear it hit the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. I must have been deafened by the call of the wild space.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Right, absolutely. Good point.
Let's I guess let's go convince these guys that we should go to Leyland Spaceport.
You're right, Zorex. But remember, let me do the talking, all right? Because you're not all that bright. All right, let's go.
You got it, boss.
You know, boom, 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 boom. Up to the deck again.
Okay.
With Zorex in tow, I assume.
Cut to Prey and Torque.
Yeah.
I feel like these people are very competent, Torque. They seem to have some sort of a plan.
Yeah,
And they
I agree.
act in a manner as if it's deliberate, even though it's somehow random. Don't you agree?
Yes, and that's why I even agreed that he could be captain instead of me. He just seemed very knowledgeable to talk, like he knew everything.
Right.
I think it's
No
because he went
matter-
into his shell and he found the answers.
No matter how crazy, whatever it is that they come up with, I think that we should go with it. What do you think?
I
I
Pray, you're smarter than me, and if you say
we
that,
don't have
then
many
that's
other
what I agree.
options here. Gideon's missing. Yue hasn't come out of her room.
Wait, Gideon's not missing? Don't say he's missing. He's my best
He's
friend.
been gone. What do you mean?
But well, you're a good friend too, Pray. But he's been gone for only a couple of hours.
Then
He's
why
not
did
gonna
we...
be. He's not gonna be on the side of an ale jug or anything.
Why did we accept a new captain if our captain isn't missing? I thought he
They
was.
said we had to.
I guess so.
They said
That does
he
make
wasn't on the
sense.
ship, so therefore we have to have a captain. And Gurdlac is a better captain than Torque.
I do see where you're coming from. I think we need to be wary of these people, but they might have a good idea. So we
You
should hear
said
them
we
out.
had to trust them and do what they say. Which one is it? Because Torque is all confused now. And in my Torque were Bob.
Your talk again.
Okay.
So we can iron that one out. But
All right.
honestly, let's just go with the flow. Because if the captain isn't here to make decisions, there isn't really much else to do, is it?
I have one question, though. Where is Yue?
She's in her room.
Oh.
Knock knock. Yue, how are you doing? You alright in there?
No response.
I'm gonna kind of peer in through the keyhole.
And Torque will slap him on the back of the head. You're not supposed to do that to the ladies' room.
It's fine. We're checking on her health.
Okay, so you peer into the room and you see, like, her room is obviously like incredibly neat and well organized. The feng shui is in full flow. Everything on the western side of the room as you peer in is like slightly pressed up against the wall, and her bed has been moved into the middle of the room. It's like laying back almost like as though she's in a stasis is Yue on her bed, clutching a small teacup to her chest.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't, gonna be honest, she kind of looks like a vampire right now.
What's a vampire?
awful things. In any case,
Are they worse than pole geysers?
yes. In any case, I don't think we should bother her.
Well, then maybe you should just go back up and wait for the captain to tell us what to do.
I guess so.
Hey, should we tell them about the thing?
What thing?
The thing with the name on it that I can't read.
Oh, the anchor? I don't know.
Well,
I
he's
think
the
we should use
captain
that as
now.
a bargaining chip if something goes awry.
Okay.
We have to have some sort of semblance of control.
Sure.
He is commandeering our ship.
I won't let him take it though, Prey. Remember, you're the only one who can fly it, so if anywhere you're gonna go, it's gonna be where you want to go. Really.
I agree. Jenga?
Well, yes, I'm ready for Mojenga.
God damn it. Okay, well, as you guys set up your nondescript wooden block stacking game, Gurdlac and Zorex come back upstairs.
Oh, all right.
Currently, we can use Jenga, owned by Hasbro currently.
I like to think that Gurdlac steps near the table. It's like boom, and the tower just falls over.
Jenga!
It was on you. You just.
Wait.
I win. It was on your turn. I win. Torque win.
Do you yell Jenga when it's over? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh, I've heard of that game. That's the nondescript wooden block stacking game.
Owned by Hasbro.
Oh no, Hasbro, please do not sue us. All right.
Head of the Greenwood made it.
Hey, you know,
And
any publicity,
I'm agreeing.
bad or not, is still, you know, it's publicity.
Yeah. We love Jenga.
Yeah. With his friend Ellie the Minster. All right, we've got an idea. And dare I say, a plan. It's foolproof, truly. Isn't it foolproof, Zorex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. All right, first of all, we need two things, all right? We need to introduce Zorex to the concept of a caloric intake. He's far too thin. It's time he stomachs actual food.
I can cook him something.
Yeah, I usually just
All right.
I eat
That's
the
taken care
bugs.
of. Yeah. That's disgusting.
What did you say?
I eat the bugs.
Oh,
I am
Torque
a
has a nice bug salad that he uses the notes that we would do with grubs and things. If you like, I can make
I
it.
am
We get
a
some.
walking turtle, and even I think bugs are disgusting. All right,
I mean-
so can you cook him some fine food, Thor?
We
Yes.
do. I do think we have some axe steaks, don't we?
Those were for special occasion.
Oh, Gideon eats well. Well, this is a special occasion, all right? I came up with a bloody foolproof plan, all right? That's incredible. So we're eating steaks tonight, all right? Now, second
Torque
thing.
is fuming. Torque Torque is mad.
All right, now, second thing.
X places a hand on Torque's shoulder, like just
We
gotta
need
bear through
to-
this.
We need to get to the Laren spaceport.
Do I know what the Laren spaceport is?
Roll a history check. Torque, you know of the Laren spaceport. You've been there before.
Yeah.
13.
13. So it's no secret to residents of the Rock of Brawl. The Laren spaceport is a mega metropolis by any standard in the multiverse that can be found on the dark side of the moon, Saluna.
And do you think that Gideon is there?
All right, so here's my logic, all right? First of all, it's a bloody massive spaceport. Absolutely huge. Second of all, I know a lot of people there. Great friends with him. Real elbow to elbow kind of situation, you know. I'm thinking that one of these friends, at the very least, will know about the location of Captain Gnarlclaw. And will use that information to go hunt him down. There's also a chance that he might just be there. You never know. It's a spaceport. He has to dock sometime. But the chances are slim.
All right.
But wait, I'm confused. We're going there because chances are slim. But why? Where? He asked where Gideon is going to be.
Right,
Wait.
Gideon. Yeah,
Torque, didn't you say that ship you were looking for went towards the moon?
Is that where it went when I
did,
pointed?
yeah.
It did. Yes. Exactly. The ship with the glowing blue. Yes.
Well, 2 birds killed with 1 bush.
no, it's a stone. It's a stone, Precordium.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 2 stones of a feather. No, I mean 2. Oh, no, I got it. Now you're confusing me.
But it's further than. No. But how will Gideon get there? Are we.
I mean, who knows?
Leaving
Maybe.
him?
I mean, he could be there. Maybe we would get more information about where he is here. It's a good shot, and we could investigate the ship thing you were interested in. Plus, we could just leave a little note here if he comes back.
Oh.
With love.
Why
Going out
here
for a stroll.
if Gideon here? You know
Right.
Gideon
We don't know
not
if he's here.
Look,
What if he was kidnapped?
But X, where
Right,
did he go?
right.
You,
What he
you
said.
said he went to go get contact.
Wait.
Where did he go? We go find him.
Yeah. Wait. Skinny guy say he knows something.
But what he said, it's entirely possible, now hear me out, that Gnarlclaw found Gideon while you guys were on the ship and took him.
Playing Jenga.
Right. He took him, and now he's out there somewhere, and maybe we can find our contacts at the Laveral Spaceport, and they can help us find Gnarlclaw, and if Gnarlclaw has Gideon, that's 2 birds in the bush, or whatever you said.
Ray, if we let Gideon get stolen while we're playing Jenga, then we're going to have to get rid of Jenga because we can't be distracted again.
Don't talk like that.
might I recommend Battleship?
Then all we'll have left is Uno.
Oh, God.
Another Hasbro
That is
property.
friendships.
Another Hasbro property. James, are you a guerrilla marketer? Like, what's going on?
He's over here just looking up Hasbro products.
Did somebody pay you a lot of money last week?
I like to think that Rob just has like the Wikipedia page with brand names and their related
I
games
think-
just pulled up just to make sure.
I pulled up the Hasbro like
James doing
brands.
subliminal
See
messaging.
if we're straying.
Alright.
Just don't say anything about Parcheesi, okay?
I say,
You just said it.
I'm kidding.
He said, I'm sorry, which we have that game too.
I say we leave a note in case Gideon comes back here that we'll be right back. You know, because he did that to us and then didn't show up.
We'll go right
And
there.
then we'll go and rescue him. Because, you know, he probably got kidnapped.
All right, so Torque will start to go write the note. He will use red crayon because that is he thinks that's Gideon's favorite. He doesn't know if it is or not. He just thinks that's his favorite color, and so he will write hope. And I don't know how it's going to look when it really comes out, but hope you're not mad at me. We will be right back with ship. We're going to find you.
I hope Gideon has comprehend languages just so he can read them.
Yeah, let's hope.
Right.
It's written in Talklish, a new language.
Right.
What kind of arcane sigil is this?
It's like a pentagram for an O. It's like some cult letter. It looks
All right,
like
new captain. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, ready as I'll ever be. Torque, you get
Yes.
those grills started.
Well, I need him on the
Aye,
wings.
Captain. Chutney can go on wings with X.
But I need to be on the ballista, sir.
We have a ballista?
Zorex, do you know how to work a wing?
I know how to work a ballista.
I'm gonna put
Chutney?
Zorex on the ballista.
but-
that sounds
but-
badass. Personally.
I'm the gunner.
Chutney, there are guests.
No,
I mean, I can try to work a wing.
I'm your captain,
But
and this
Big-
is
Big
my
Boris
first mate.
needs his boy.
What?
Go to the wing, Chutney.
Chutney
Look,
runs
if-
off
if you
like
show me-
a
hey,
crying school child off to go to the wing.
right.
Chutney!
Yes.
If you show me how to work the wing, I'll try to work the wing. You can have your fucking ballista, alright?
Really? Okay, Chutney's gonna pick you up and like give you the world's most crushing hug. Thank you, skinny man.
Jesus Christ.
I
Oh,
die.
Hold on, that's his spine. That's his spine. I hear
I
it popping.
die. Come on, let us go.
Instant death.
By the gods.
So Chutney's going to teach Zorex how to manipulate the wings. Essentially, you just grab a hold of a huge brass handle, and it's on a gyroscopic sphere, so you can like angle it in like all sort of like a 180-degree vertical and horizontal plane in any angle.
Is it hard to work?
You don't need proficiency to be able to do it, so no, you can do it. You'll be a little bit.
I meant like
A
physically.
little strength.
No, because it has been designed using like the magic of artifice to be easily manipulated.
Okay.
If this
then-
was a standard wing and this wasn't a special souped-up dragonfly, then yes, this would be like impossible for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, because it's a special one, then Zorex can do it.
Okay, nice. So yeah, Zorex
Nice.
is surprised that he can handle the wing in any shape or form.
Fred's gonna slump down in the spelljamming helm. And he's going to say, well, give me the order.
Oh, all right. I'm the captain. Blast off.
Let us begin this trivial pursuit.
Oh my God.
A real Yahtzee
Outta here.
moment, if you tell me.
We're gonna lift off.
James.
Can I just say that you spontaneously combust, and that's the end of this nightmare?
Precordium's head just explodes.
Yeah, he stopped doing the whole suppressing the magic, and the magic just flows through him and causes him
just died.
to explode.
Incredible. Yeah, the force of that joke turned Ryan's cap backwards.
It really did.
It did.
Blew it all the way around the side of his head.
Spine. I had to go over the top, man. That's what that is.
Okay.
True.
The standard liftoff maneuver is initiated. The dragonfly squats down on its retractable legs and then hops up backwards and flutters up into space before leaving the atmosphere of the Rock of Braal and heads towards the moon. But, Precordium, you don't really know where you're going. You've never been to this place. You've never had experience of it. You don't have a chart that tells you where it is. How do you intend
Yes.
on finding your way through the asteroid belt and to the moon without any tools for navigation?
Very carefully.
Are you telling anyone that you're struggling? Or are you keeping that under your hat?
I am not telling anybody.
Man, it's a real shame because the cook in the back is not bad.
Okay.
I am trusting my gut instincts.
All right. Is it some kind of? Is it like survival?
No, it would be
No, okay,
navigator's
okay.
tools, or
Okay,
there
got
are
it.
other
All right,
ways to direct a ship.
Do I have?
We may have other ways in the party, but
Oh, I do. Gurdlac has navigator's tools.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
You also need
Well, he
to
has
have
proficiency
you also
in
need
them.
a functioning star map of the area that you're flying around to, which I don't
He
think
doesn't have
they're
that,
incredibly
no.
expensive.
Yeah, that is not something he'd ever be able to afford. No.
But you know that there is a way how your crew used to get around. But again, you won't
Which
know
I
that
would-
they're struggling unless Precordium tells you that he's struggling. Precordium, I would like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw with the dragonfly, adding your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't wreck the dragonfly.
Proficient in
I'm-
flying the dragonfly.
Hopefully not going to. So wait. So it's just a +0 plus my proficiency, which is 2.
Yes.
So it's a +2.
Yes.
Everybody hold on.
This is where we
You,
die.
you really know what you're doing? Do you really know what
That's
you're
it.
doing, lad?
That's a
Oh
six.
my
Of
God.
course I do. Wings.
So,
That's a 6.
as he yells wings, X or Celestian looks over to you, Zorex, and he says, "Up and then left," and he pushes the wings up and then left.
I will
follow
also
me?
push
Up
and left.
and then the ship veers up and left. But as it veers up and left, a asteroid or small kind of like rock debris comes clattering towards the ship and impacts it on the side.
Oh, all right. Is this normal? Oh,
Dealing 4d10 damage to the ship.
oh no.
I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I'm
29
imagining now
damage.
that one of the steaks fell off the grill top,
Uh-oh.
and Torque puts that one to the side and says,
That one's for the captain.
So only it
So
only
it deals
deals
9
It only
damage.
deals 9 damage because the Artemis has a damage threshold of 20, meaning it reduces the damage by 20
Oh.
points.
Don't worry about that. That was just the ship creaking.
Look, hold on. Look, how about we just slow down? Look, Zorex, he's real good with navigation, all right? He's like our secret weapon, okay? So if you need some help, just let us know, all right? Just let us know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind some help, but I've got a lot of this right here.
All right, no worries. Look, he'll just give you some pointers, okay? I understand. He'll call out, Zorex!
I'm a little busy working the wing.
There appears to be some asteroids.
Who would have
Zorex,
guessed?
we need your bloody dagger.
Oh, I'll look over at Celestium. Am I allowed to let go of this, or
Pray, just stop.
I stop.
Okay, so the,
I
the
would
ship
assume
comes
I would
to a halt.
have. I assume I would have stopped when I got hit with a fucking
So
rock.
you pulled it to a halt when the rock hit.
He hit very natural breaks, yeah.
Come
Yeah.
back when go.
yeah? Okay. And I will make my way up to where Gurdlac is.
Okay.
I imagine Gurdlac's just like stood like right behind
Yeah,
recording.
looking out onto the stars.
Yeah, just looking
through
out.
the,
Mhm.
through the viewing mirror, viewing glass.
Yeah.
All right.
You said you needed the dagger.
Yeah. Point it towards the letter in space. Let it guide us, my
Alright.
friend.
So I will pull out just like a little metal handle and shake it around a little bit and like hit it on my knee and a little like 4-inch dagger blade of light pops out of it. Thing's a little fucky. And I will lay it down and think to myself that I want to go to the Layrol spaceport.
Okay, so...
And the dagger will float and
cool.
turn.
And it also, like, so the light when it's neutral is just, like, purely white. But when you think of the location that you're headed towards, one half of the dagger turns white, and the other half of the dagger turns black to symbolize the two sides of the moon.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really bloody cool, isn't it? Yeah,
Why didn't
cool.
anybody tell me about this?
Well, we didn't think we'd need it, but we thought, you being the ship's pilot, you'd have it just fine. Clearly, that's not the case.
I did have it fine. Don't worry about it. Shall we continue?
Yeah, go for it.
So you're
Blast
gonna
off.
bring float the dagger over and put it in front of Precordium so that he has it, like, basically right.
I'll float it.
A waypoint.
Yeah.
I'll float it in front of him and then go back down to the wing.
Yeah, it's literally
you,
like
I will make-
indicator for which way to
Thank
go.
you. I will make minimal use of this. And he glares at it. He's only looking at the dagger.
I'll turn and start reaching for the dagger.
No, it will be of some use.
Give him the side eye and then just go back down. You fucking don't need my dagger, but he needs my dagger. What a fucking...
What's his
Zorex.
problem?
Zorex is good at two things: navigating and lovemaking.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I presume the navigation is from this dagger. How do you know the other part?
I'm gonna go grab some food from Torque. I'll be back.
Oh dear.
No judgment.
Okay, so you head
I
down
smell
Free ship.
to go and fuss Talk while he's making you what is actually lunch. It's around.
He's already made
midday
my steak,
space
apparently.
time. Yeah, extra rare.
No, I picked it up off the floor, maybe kicked it around a little bit, and then, I didn't pull like the scene from like the movie Waiting, when they're doing the stuff in the back, and it just gets really awful, but it's pretty close.
Little Fermunda cheese.
There's a little extra seasoning on there.
It's a shame Talk
Just
keeps
get it
such
over.
a clean kitchen, eh?
I know there's not a lot of debris around, but
He doesn't put up with any monkey business.
and then he's
Good thing you didn't say that in character.
So he's just back there. He's cooking. He's probably at this point, probably finishing up some things. I mean, for at least steaks aren't going to stay that long on there, and then we'll a few sides that are out there. Probably something. I don't know what else we all have in the kitchen. I wasn't really prepared for this piece, but I'm sure we got some. He's making some space fries and some wild space fries and some. And then there's
From space potatoes.
It's because they're shaped like asteroid rings, round planets. They're like
and
onion rings with potatoes.
he's probably loading them up on like little trays. Ready, here you go. We're just getting little kits together to hand them out to the folks, like he's working, working his food truck, and just handing them out.
Okay, start handing out food. You deliberately place down the very special steak for the captain as he approaches the service.
I'm assuming as he has to
service
come
bar.
in, he's probably like reaching to grab one. And I'm like, no, that one's not for you. I've got this one here. This is special for you, cooked, just perfect for you.
Oh, Torque, you're warming my cold, wrinkly heart. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And he'll just smile. The first time that Torch probably smiled since we started this thing, this big wide grin, and then just turn it back, and then wipe his hands on his apron.
That's what he gets for eating Gideon's axe beak steak.
And we'll go on about finishing up and clean up his kitchen before he moves on.
Okay.
Gurdlac will grip the steak and tear off a bite of it. And as he does, you hear it like crunch as if it's like sand in there or something, you know? Just like crunch. Oh, it's got texture. What? Goodness, what an exotic chef.
Extra special, I said.
Excellent, Dork. Keep up the good... I'll be in the bathroom.
Just watching the steak off in the sink.
That's way too much salt.
Well, with the aid of Zorex's Astro Dagger and the
All by myself.
the ability to maneuver your way
With
beyond
no
the asteroid belt,
assistance.
and then spell jamming speed as much as you can before you come into range of potentially hazardous objects. It takes an hour from the flight via Brawl to the Leyran spaceport, but the scene that presents itself to you, Precordium, is disconcerting to say the least. As you peer down from any vantage point that you can assume on the ship, the dark side of the moon looks blank. It couldn't possibly be a city of the magnitude that you have heard of in the direction that the dagger is pointing.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted this dagger. Gone with my gut.
I still follow the dagger.
Okay, so you follow the dagger, and as you bear down towards the dark side surface, you become increasingly concerned. Again, the city is nowhere to be seen, but the surface gets closer and closer until you're only 100 feet away from the ground.
I'm gonna start like slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like tap the dagger a couple times.
You working right?
Like spin it around and then it points
Yeah,
the
it
same
points back.
direction.
Yeah.
Just like inch forward like a grandma.
As though you're just trying to like bump your bumper into a parking railing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, like, I'm just like getting closer to the ground, like,
Where is everything?
Yeah, you get within an inch of the ground, and it doesn't look like there's a city anywhere in this vicinity.
like slowly let the legs of the Artemis touch the ground.
Okay, as the Artemis's legs extend out to cushion the landing, the Artemis just phases through the surface of the moon.
This is actually rather familiar.
Okay. As the Artemis passes through the surface of the moon, you now look down and you see this mega city that you've heard tales during your education of. It is immense in scale. For those of you familiar with the cities of the Forgotten Realms, the Leyran spaceport, or as Captain Gurdlac called it, New Shan, is 3 times the size of the grand city of Waterdeep. But added to its great width and dimension are layers, due to the lack of gravitational pull compared to other satellites and atmospheres. The buildings have been built incredibly high, 3 times higher than any of the tallest buildings you would find on the surface cities of Toril.
Precordium's gonna look down at the city, he's gonna smile, and he's gonna say,
Bingo.
Okay. At this point, the dagger dimmens and then flies down to the ground, as though to infer that you've reached your location.
and I'm gonna just like pick it up and put it on like the side table by.
All right, Captain, where do I pull in?
You hear thump, 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 and then Captain Gurdlac peers his head in. Oh, just anywhere you're supposed to dock. We don't have to be picky.
I look around for a docking space.
We're on Gideon's tab.
It's such a sprawling, congested, high city that you just see spelljammers flying in and out of what is almost like a maze of platforms, like the best part, like glistening towers and rickety tenements built from wood. It looks like it's kind of like an every man for himself kind of situation. You have no idea where you're supposed to dock.
I am gonna head downwards, and I'm gonna look for a ship also entering into the city.
Okay.
Scan the skyline.
So you head down, and as you do, you see there are ships zipping past one another, but you've never experienced such a high traffic of spelljammers in one area, and it actually jars you slightly. These spelljamming pilots who are all about you seem to do this dance. They know exactly when to go and when to give way to one another, and they're just passing over each other. Not as though there are lanes of a road, but you would imagine that if this happens as much as it does, that there would be some sort of accident or crash, but everyone seems to be innately aware of one another in a way that you are not. You are kind of stopping every now and again, getting in people's way, disrupting the flow of the passing spelljamming ships.
Am I envisioning the opening scenes of the Jetsons?
Yeah, that and also
I was thinking Fifth Element.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, absolutely.
Or the 3 Star Wars movies we don't talk about.
All right.
Yeah.
Play the same song.
Okay, so while you're stuttering and stammering, you see a beam of magenta light shoot up into the viewing platform of the Artemis, right into the helms room, and a second one then comes in, and then they keep crossing over. Do you want to
somebody's hailing us?
Yeah, you see if you look down towards the source, because you can kind of look from any vantage point of the ship, you see there's a gnome stood on one of these high, disheveled looking wood and stone buildings that is now holding these 2 giant glowing pink crystals in the air, and he's shaking them towards himself. He's also got this crazy pink mohawk that matches the same crystals that he holds in his hand.
I'm gonna start making my way through the crazy traffic towards this gnome.
Hey, where you going? You gotta give way, I got priority!
Sorry, first time, I don't even know what we're doing.
Space bumpkins, and he pulls away and goes around you. And you pull in, and you see there are other spelljammers set upon this same platform that the gnome has been hailing you towards, and you put the ship down.
Alright, Captain, I think that there's a gnome out there. I don't know if you want to go talk to him, or...
Oh, did you find a place to park? Oh.
I think so, I'm not sure. He's waving these big beams.
What? Gurdlac's gonna look around from the viewing port, see what he can see. Anything he recognizes. Do you park us?
Yeah, so you can look around, Gurdlac, and you can roll me a history check to see if you recognize the ward that you have found a parking space in.
Gurdlac is an expert on history, truly.
A true historian of his age.
An 8.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
You're not quite sure. You haven't ever been at this vantage point in this area. It doesn't strike any bells for you. That doesn't mean that you don't know this area. It just means From where you're
From what I
currently
could
at,
see.
you
Yeah.
can't recognize exactly where you are.
Well, it's as good as any place, I'm sure. There's no lack of parking spots in the Laren spaceport. Come on,
Yeah, I'll
Go check it out.
stand up and follow Gurdlac.
as he
George,
leaves
you
her.
coming?
Yes, I'm coming.
Want me come?
As he,
I mean, does look kind of shady here. Do you think you could, you and Chutney could watch the ship?
What does Captain want?
sure, watch the ship. We need someone to.
You command, I do.
Then consider it a command.
All
like
right,
this
all right,
too.
all right.
I'm gonna jog back up into the helm's room and find my dagger.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you.
It was, beneficial.
As they're walking a little bit, Torque will grab Prey just on his shoulder, pull him back, and go,
Pray. Listen,
and he'll just kind of whisper and lower.
I gave Captain Gurdlac a dirty steak
Okay.
because he's not supposed to eat Gideon's steak.
Okay. Is that
So-
all?
I think so.
Okay. If this goes south,
Why'd you park us here?
there's a gnome.
Uh-huh.
Good a reason as any.
Why'd you give the captain a dirty steak?
As he wanted to eat Gideon's steak.
There was a gnome. And in any case, Torque, if this goes south and these guys try to stab us in the back, we can use their love for one another against them.
They love one another?
I believe them to be lovers.
Hmm. You know, that's good. Good for them that they found love.
Exactly. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't exploit it if necessary.
It's yes. Well, no. Why would we exploit love? They found love in a hopeless space, and we.
If they're evil and they try to kill us, it's an option. Alright?
Oh, okay. Yes, certainly. We can use it as an option. You know, there was thoughts about Gideon. Never mind. Let's go on. We can.
Oh my god.
Cliffhangers. Or are they? Anyways. Torque just start walking on.
I need to reevaluate what the phrase right-hand man means.
Oh my god.
It wasn't about. No, that's not where I was going, but I see how you went there.
Alright. Yes, Captain, we have not been scheming and we are ready.
Okay. Thanks for the reassurance. All right, let's get off this rust bucket.
Well, hello there.
Hello, I'm Captain Gurdlac, and this is my
Jiggy!
crew.
Jiggy Space Sand.
Jiggy, Space Sand.
That's right.
Have you tried to get that changed legally?
No, I changed it legally to that.
Oh, good choice. Right, where are we?
Well, you're in none other than Jiggy's dock.
Jiggy's dock.
That's right.
Oh. And where is Jiggy's dock located?
Oh, in the upper reaches of the Unhuman Ward, of course.
Oh, the Unhuman Ward.
Aye.
Wonderful, yeah. how far away is the jungle ward?
Well, it depends. Canal? Spelljammer? Lightning rail? How are you getting there?
Whatever is the most affordable.
Canal.
Okay.
Are you looking at a couple hours?
Couple hours.
Hey.
All right. There's a lot of ports here, isn't there?
Aye, there are.
More than I calculated. Zorex,
It's 22 wards in total, and there's 3 tiers, so that makes 66.
I'm shedding more than 3 tiers at the concept of having to explore them all. Trust me.
You don't have to. There's only 2 wards worth being in. That's the Unhuman ward and the Steel ward.
The Steel Ward.
Aye!
So why exactly is that the topic of tourism?
Well, because that's where us gnomes live.
A very good point.
Got all the best gadgets and gizmos.
Oh, gizmos.
Like these fancy crystals.
Works eyes will light up.
How much money does Gideon have aboard the ship?
I don't know.
How long are you gonna be staying?
Oh, good question, Zorex. How long are we staying?
Hopefully not long.
3
Not
days.
until we find
maximum.
Gideon or the Hawklaw.
Well, where?
Well, how many
Where
days of
is,
parking do you want to pay for?
Where?
How much is parking?
Hold on. So you said we need to go to the jungle ward, right?
Yeah, that's where all the people I know are.
All right. So which direction is the jungle ward?
If you go down to Cracktooth Station and get on one of the canal boats, and you go down then to Creepervine Lane, you'll be right there. Only 2 hours.
Yes, but like where we are right now, like could you use your beam to point at where it is from where we are?
They don't have beams. That's a Zorex.
He's got a beam.
I do have a
Sure.
beam. I mean, I can't really point through all the buildings. I might cause trouble.
He might blind people.
Aye.
He's so reckless, this Praecordium.
Ah,
Almost drove us into an asteroid
knows
belt.
nothing about the zoning laws.
I mean, couldn't you just give us directions?
Hey, you just
He
did.
just did. He just did.
Your captain
Yes, but
here
why
says he
would-
wants to take the canals, and I told you how to get there.
Why would we park here and then take the canals when we could just fly the Spelljammer to?
Because Jiggy's got the lowest rates in town.
But we're not in the town we need to be.
You know what?
You're
I've got
in
a
the
feeling.
town.
I've got a brilliant idea. Hold on. I've just brainstormed. A real eureka moment, okay? What
Oh.
if, Praecordium, we take the ship and we park it closer to the jungle ward? I know.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
Now, you could do
Groundbreaking.
that, but I'm telling you, you'll be wasting your money. You know what gentrification's like? All those new fancy buildings and businesses, they've hiked all the
Oh.
prices way up, but Jiggy kept his prices low. He moved out here to the Unhuman Ward.
Gentrification.
I know, it's the worst.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Right. How much?
2 silver a day.
Oh.
Tell you, you'd be paying
Zorex.
2 gold if you went to the jungle ward.
True. Zorex, hop aboard the ship and find the money. All of it.
Can I inside check this now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Gurdlac's not going to.
I agree with everything this guy is saying.
That was a 5 on the insight check.
You know, it is a real problem, this gentrification.
Pushing good people out of their homes. Soon I won't be able to afford to live in the steel world no more.
Nomification.
Denomification.
Denomification.
Bloody denomification.
It's a tragedy. A tragedy of our age.
I'll go find the money.
All right, Zorex.
No. I'll pay. I'm gonna step forward. Do you have any change?
Oh, of course I do. How long you staying for?
I'm saying 3 days, right, Gurdlac?
3 days.
Something like that. We'll come back and pay more if we need.
So that's
Alright.
6 silver.
Yeah,
So 4 silver back.
that's right.
Right.
Starts reaching
I
into
hope-
a fanny pack that he has on his waist, and he pulls out 4 silver. Here it is.
I still don't trust this bastard. Is this illusionary?
Zorex thinks this guy's all good.
Is this illusionary money, Rob?
That's a 3 on Zorex's insight check. I mean, he's gonna put it in your hand.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yep. All right, hand it over.
Yeah, I do like we both drop at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Here, strange one. Puts the money into his pouch.
He's a bit tight-fisted with the money.
All right. Well, if you need me, I'll be about. Now have a lovely time in the Lyran spaceport. And he starts walking off to the other side of the space dock with his crystals in hand. As he's walking off to the other side of the space dock with the crystals in hand, a group of goblins come walking towards you. Hey!
Hello?
How many days you parking for?
Who's asking?
Me.
And who are you?
I'm Blimble.
Yeah, we just talked to Jiggy.
Who's Jiggy?
That guy.
The owner and proprietor of
What
Jiggy's
guy?
place.
I point at him.
And you turn around, you point at him, and Jiggy has leapt off of the side of the space dock.
We just got scammed.
Well, at least it
The
wasn't
jig
my
is
money.
up.
So how many days?
Three
I'm
days.
gonna run over to the side of the space dock and look down.
Okay, you run over, and you see Jiggy has, dropped around 200 feet off the side of the building, and is now, running through a crowded street and into an alleyway.
That bastard.
3 days, okay. Well, that'll be 3 gold.
Gurdlac,
Oh. Yes, Precordium.
I say we go park somewhere else.
I think we go park somewhere closer. You're absolutely right. Everyone back aboard the ship.
Well, you already parked here, so you have to pay me at least for 1 day.
Or what?
I didn't say or what.
Okay, bye.
Right, then
Bye,
we're
bye.
gonna get on the ship. Bye.
The Artemis. That's a pretty name.
You can
Actually-
read that?
It's
This
the-
tortoise.
Yeah, it's in clear.
It's-
It's in Goblinoid. Of
No,
course I
remember
can
we
read
put
it.
remember we put the tortoise on the side?
Oh, have you done that?
Yeah. No, Torque did, I think, right?
I don't think Torque did.
I don't think we
Oh,
ever
okay.
really
I
did.
don't
We were
know.
talking
Oh,
about it.
okay. All right. Never
You
mind.
you
then.
said
All
that's
But
what
it
you
is
had to
still
do,
says
but he never
I
did
wrote
it.
Artemis on there, and it's still so he reads Torque handwriting.
I mean, he's got a brain very similar to you, so yeah.
Oh, man, Torque doesn't even realize he speaks Goblin or writes in Goblin.
It's just a common, it's a language that bridges all of the the low intelligent space peoples.
That's just racist, man.
No, this guy's just a dumb goblin. They're a smart goblin. So
Oh,
this
okay.
one is not smart.
Are you calling Torque? He's not smart. We know
I was
that.
about to say, are you calling
absolutely.
Torque smart?
Yeah, he's smart in his own way.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
very special man.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess he would, if he could read it, then he good for him.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well,
who's got
I
the
guess
ship
I'm gonna
then?
have to tell old Pearly.
All right, does Gurdlac know what old pearl is?
Yeah, you can roll a history check to see if you know what
Okay.
Pearly is.
All right. Hold on, let me press the correct button.
That's a 2!
Yeah, it's not. He doesn't know.
No idea. Never heard the name before.
Yeah.
Look, they're making up names to intimidate us, guys.
Can I see if I know who that
Oh,
is?
yeah, you can roll a history check as well.
Please do better than me. Sir.
That is a 15.
15.
You know the old Pearly, or probably who they are referring to, is a mafia boss of the Unhuman Ward, the head of the Unhuman Mafia Guild, Lil Pearly.
See, Matt, that's why you would know that. You know, it's perfect.
Mafia expertise. Yeah, so you know that Lil Pearly is said to be a incredibly vindictive and brutal mafia boss in the city. One of the most feared.
I will reluctantly dig a gold piece out and throw it at him.
Okay. As he's like picking the gold piece up, he grabs it in his hand. He goes, "Shit, cheese it!" And all of the goblins run in the other direction. And as you turn to look where they were looking, you see a group of orcs now walking towards you.
Oh my!
Everyone, get aboard the ship immediately!
He goes, "Run aboard the ship." Precorium sits down, takes off. As you're taking off, the orcs are running over and throwing rocks at the ship as it's going away.
I got scammed twice.
Welcome to the Leyron spaceport. There are some bad neighborhoods.
I'm gonna like wheel about, not even like wheeling through the traffic, you know. like,
You're going the wrong way! This is a one-way lane!
It's open air!
To you!
And I just pull my dagger back out and try to point us towards
The jungle ward.
the
You're gonna
jungle
say the
ward
jungle ward,
specifically.
okay. It points you in the direction of the jungle ward.
Why didn't we do this to begin with?
You didn't ask. I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
What do you want me to do?
You didn't ask. We just thought you were good enough.
I just followed the sparkly lights!
Hey, because there was a gnome.
There was a note.
Gnomes are known for being quite wisdomous.
If I see that gnome again,
You won't.
You won't.
But you do what, pray?
play a game of Risk with that motherfucker.
Oh my god.
He just has the Hasbro
He
page
has
up
it
now.
pulled up. He's just
He's
looking
not even
for a
doing
different
it.
board game.
He was scrolling to find which one would make sense at some point.
No, I literally didn't know.
Like it,
It's like,
sure, because it sure did look
This
like
is
it on
off
our
the cuff,
side.
okay?
hmm Okay, so
All right.
a couple minutes flying awkwardly through space traffic results in you arriving at one of the most unique looking hubs of the city. The entire section of the jungle ward is born from ginormous trees that grow to immense heights, some over 300 feet tall. Not only do they grow tall, they also grow incredibly wide. The trees have a immense girth, a very thick base that are riveted with doorways and windows. Clinging from the various levels are rope bridges made from planks and like fettered vines that you can actually see growing from the canopy of the entire ward. The canopy renders the ward particularly dark due to it blotting out most of the starlight that would be presenting itself on this side of the moon. So instead, it looks as though the people of the Jungle Ward have taken to hanging a multitude of lanterns, and the lanterns are illuminating and reflecting very colorfully painted frescoes and decorated domiciles. This jungle come village of sorts is incredibly bright and whimsical.
You smell that?
Honestly, quite impressed. I was expecting something much different from a part of town that you would associate with, Mr. Gurdlac.
What's that supposed to mean?
I was expecting more like pirate stuff, you know?
Pirate stuff? Oh. Turtles weren't born aboard the sea. No.
Yes, but
Or in
you
wild
clearly
space.
like the whole pirate vibe.
Well, yes, correct.
And he's
but
definitely a pirate.
But that's a
I don't
career.
know what you're talking
think
about.
You've got a bandana!
I think you're being mildly discriminatory here, sir. Alright, first of all, this...
You, like, tuck a skull and crossbones flag into your pocket.
First of all, my mom and pop were among the first settlers from Chult on the Laren spaceport. Alright? This here is my home, scent of dung and all. And the abrupt audio change.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking here. Could you all keep it down?
They're very loud at times. It's a joke. They like to dance and skip about and...
It's not because you guys had the abrupt change, whereas for the audience it probably wasn't as loud because I've got it so low.
Suddenly voices just...
Yeah. No, you do hear like the hubbub and like brouhaha of everything below you. Just people going about their days. It seems like the Jungle Ward is alive with market stalls and hawkers who are just trying to sell their wares. Many of the inhabitants of the Jungle Ward are humans of darker complexions, as well as a few turtles, some frog-like humanoids, and lastly, a few cat men here and there who prowl the streets.
Are they small frog-like
Yeah,
humanoids?
they're only around 3.5 feet tall at most, and they're all
many are there?
very vibrant.
How many do we see?
This many force.
This many.
Okay, that's many. Okay, got it.
This
I don't know about this one, lads. It's looking a bit froggy out there. You're welcome.
I'm dead now.
I'm dead.
The
I
pun
die.
killed me.
Okay. So you still trying to find a parking spot somewhere in this incredibly clustered and busy.
I'm keeping my eye out for any
Yeah.
any bright colors.
Would
flash at
Gurdlac
me.
be able to assist him since this is like his home turf? Would he be able to assist
Yeah,
him to find
you recognize Creepervine Lane and all of the various streets and thoroughways of the Jungle Ward, and you can direct Precordium to where you believe is the best parking.
Right over there. See, avoid the tree. Right. Oh, avoid the tree, Precordium.
Wings!
Stop barking at me.
Stop backseat spelljamming.
Backseat spell.
Okay, and as you come to a parking space, you see there is a spelljammer that is made or shaped in the visage of a velociraptor in pose, and then behind the gap, is a caravel, like a huge seafaring ship. And
There's a dinosaur ship.
yeah, shaped like a velociraptor.
Captain Dora is on board.
I'm parking next to the dinosaur
Okay,
ship.
so you try to park next to
We
the
know
dinosaur
you are.
ship, and as you approach the dinosaur ship, you see another spelljammer that's shaped like a giant dwarf's head, painted white with a red streak down the middle of its head, tries to park in between, like you're both coming into the space at the same time.
I'm gonna budge in.
Hey, you! You gotta go away! I found it first!
Actually, I had my eyes on this spot for quite some time, my friend.
Gurdlac is gonna flip him the bird through the viewpoint.
How do you
So
do that?
shut
Because you
up!
only have like 3 or 4 fingers. So how does
You only
that
need,
work?
as long as you have an odd number of fingers, you
Yeah.
can still flip the bird. Okay, that's the secret.
So flips his middle talon at the albino dwarf, and then Precordium, you bring the Artemis down as he's distracted in his rage, and he kind of like shakes his fist at you and flies off to find another parking space.
Good job. He'll pat Precordium on the shoulder.
Hey, of course we've got to park next to the Velociraptor. We can't have anything else.
Truer words have never been spoken. Let's try this again. Any gnomes, just turn the other way. Right.
You park, and as you park, a very like muscular gentleman draped in a flowing amber robe with like a what do you call them, like a plaited leather belt around his waist. He's wearing nothing more than a pair of comfortable looking straw sandals. Approaches you with a ledger in his hand.
Do I know this man?
You don't, but you know what his occupation is. You know that he's a
Yeah.
a parking attendant, essentially. There's
Gotcha.
all over. This is like the biggest racket in all
Yeah.
of the Leyland Spaceport subsists off of parking fees and nothing else. How long are you going to be parking?
2 days. 2.
Do you know who owns that Velociraptor ship?
I'm afraid that information is classified.
That's just very cool.
Hand them a cold gold.
Oh, it's
Hand them a
quite
gold coin.
a common
Awesome.
Cholton design. And he points around, and there are many Velociraptor ships.
That's bloody new.
Okay, then that's not as cool since there's a bunch of them.
Yes, you see over there, and he'll point over to a higher level across the way, and there's a T-Rex, and it's like 3 times the size of the Velociraptor ship.
Fly
I love
around
this
in a
place.
T-Rex.
It's so cool.
Do you see how we build this place? And he points, and you see there is like a scaffold and wooden wheel Diplodocus that's being used as like a crane to shift heavy freight around to the builders who are up in the tops of the trees.
Okay, this is awesome.
Wait, is it like the Flintstones, but with technology?
Yes,
That what you just described?
that's it. That's it.
It's the Flintstones, but they're using
Yabba
technology.
dabba doo.
They're using technology to make dinosaurs to make technology.
But they also
Fantastic.
have real dinosaurs, and you see like Triceratops is down on the ground level of the streets, carrying huge amounts of freight on their backs.
Right, what's your name?
My name is Mitembe.
Mitembe. Now, are the games on tonight?
Games. Which games? Dinosaur race?
No. The Arena of Blood.
I think the next exhibition is tonight. Now that you mention it.
Where's the finest establishment we can watch it at?
You have to go to the arena.
Oh. Still?
Well, you can
Been
go
gone a long
elsewhere
time.
if you want to see it through a viewing crystal, but
That's what I meant, but we'll go straight to the arena. I know
You
the
could-
owner, anyhow.
you could do that, or you could head to my family's tavern.
Good booze.
Yes, it's called Mama's Tea.
I like the sound of that, Zorex. They put mama in the title. You can never go wrong with that.
Food.
My mother
to be
makes the
able to
greatest honey
find-
tea in all of the jungle world.
So to be able to find Gideon, we're going to this guy's family tavern that you just found out about?
No, we're going there to watch the Arena of Blood.
And
I
But
thought
that's
we
not
were-
why we're here.
That's why I'm here.
No, you're here to find Gideon.
Everything in due course, lads. All right, I'm the captain, and I say tonight we relax and watch the Arena of Blood. Besides, Diamond Hands, he's fighting someone tonight, right?
Well, he is the resident champion, so I assume so, yes. He's on the billing.
Excellent. It's good fun. I'm a huge fan of Diamond Hands.
Who is
Hey,
it?
I don't like this.
Torque, remember what I told you about the exhortation of love?
Yes, Dylan.
Yes.
The exaltation of what?
Don't worry about it. I'm not scheming.
Okay. Thanks for the notification. All right, look, how about this? We go hunt around and ask about for Narclaw, some people I know, all right? And then, assuming we don't find anything and we need a wee rest, we head back to Mama Tay's. What is it? What is it called? Mama Tay's, right?
Mama Taze, yes.
Mama Tay's, yeah. We head back to Mama Tay's. And we watch the arena on the viewing crystal.
If you want to go to the arena, I can get you tickets.
Or we could go to the arena.
My brother is a scalper, and he says that very, very harsh.
We can't deal with this man or his family.
This man is an ally.
Does the arena have food?
Of course.
That's
The finest
nothing
dino,
worse
dino
than
sticks in
scalpers.
all of the jungle world.
I-
Have you ever
I
tried
still
dino
have
sticks? It looks like you have
That'll
never
be-
eaten anything, my friend.
Just bugs.
Get your steak on ship. You not eat it?
You
not
just
eat
had a
the steaks?
steak.
I don't know about the steaks there, Dork. The last one was a bit crunchy.
That was because yours was special seasoning. The rest were all fine.
Don't make mine special next time, please.
I was busy working the wing, so I didn't get a chance to eat.
Dino sticks it is. Look, guys, all right. I know the owner of the arena, okay? Because it's a man by the name of Alkamar Namur, all right? He's got his fingers in tons of business here, all right? If he knows anything, or well, if anyone knows anything, it's going to be him. Or nothing at all, and we get to watch the arena.
You know, Mr. Namor.
Well, I know of him.
It's not the same thing. That's like saying you knew Princess Milente.
Oh, I know her too, yeah.
What?
You just told me her name, so now I know her.
Oh, I understand.
I
Once-
don't
once
think
it's in
he
your-
knows who he knows. Captain, are you sure at all that Gideon is here? Or also the other guy?
Narclaw?
You told me not to say his name. You said this time. You told me not to say it last time.
Nalco.
Oh, I didn't like it. I was real frustrated in the moment. Hearing his name didn't help my mental situation. So,
But you didn't answer my question.
oh, right.
Is
Yeah.
Gideon here?
Oh, is he here? Probably not. Not in the jungle world, at least.
Then why are we here?
Because I know people here.
You don't know anyone. You just know names.
No. I mean, I know people here. Not just no, but the second no.
Alright, we're getting nowhere with this. You seem like you recognize Narclaw. Do you know him?
Everybody knows of Narclaw. He is a villain, a criminal. I heard that he escaped from prison.
And aside, have you ever heard of a dangerous criminal by the name of Dylan?
Dylan? No.
Damn it.
Wait, who's Dylan? Is he a crony of Narclaw?
Yes.
It's the fake name he gave us.
All right.
An associate of Narclaw.
This is very worrying.
Torches?
Right. Okay. So, have you heard any word about Narclaw docking with the Laren spaceport by any chance?
Not personally, but I can ask the other attendants if any of them know.
Sure. Also bought those tickets. Yeah. How much?
Per person?
Yeah, per person.
10 gold.
Per person, 10 gold.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that kind of cash. I was
Nor do
kind
I.
of gypped by a man by the name of Jiggy.
Jiggy.
Don't forget the goblin who also scammed you out of your money.
I don't care about him. It wasn't my money.
Goblins.
That was real fear.
I still don't understand why we're going to the arena if we're here for.
All right. I'm
mission.
going to be honest with you. All right. I am an incredibly powerful psychic.
That's it.
That's all you have to say.
Take yourself seriously, Jake.
This is your big play, is telling us that you have psionic abilities.
Is that what being a psychic is? I thought you just being too good to see the future.
I have psionic abilities.
Oh, he's good.
Wait, so can we get this clear? Which one of you is a psychic?
Hulk is psychologically challenged.
No.
We're both.
So we have 3 psychics, and no leads between all of you.
All right, let me be truly honest. I have no idea what we're doing here. I was just going with my gut.
All right, I vote Torque is the captain.
No, he can be. How about this? Torque can be the advisor to the captain.
No, I think you've kind of lost your bid. It's either Torque captain or we go to democracy.
Wait, that's not the deal we had. I helped you find Gideon. Until then, I'm the captain. We shook
Yes,
hands
but
on
you
it.
haven't helped at all.
How do you know?
We're parked
Nothing
next to
yet.
a Velociraptor and there's no Gideon.
We are in a bit of a pickle.
Jesus Christ.
But that doesn't mean we're not on the right track. You know, sometimes it has to rain before the sky's all bright and blue. It
I
doesn't.
don't
stop
see
looking
any
up,
rain.
Doc. Yeah. Don't even look up. Yeah.
It is scheduled to rain tomorrow.
But we need to find Gideon today.
I didn't mean it was a metaphor, Thor. All right.
I've never met a four.
Oh. Me neither. All right, Torque. Where do we go then, Captain?
Yeah. Look over to Prey and like,
That's
Pray.
what I thought.
Prey.
Yes.
I think we wasted our time flying here, and there's no Gnawclaw, but maybe I can ask about the ship that I saw, and if they say nothing, then we just go back.
I agree. But it has been a long day. Do you just want to go and do this arena thing?
That's
I don't have any money.
Yes, but we can go and watch it at the bar or whatever.
Okay, but only if he doesn't know anything about the ship that you know what I'm talking about.
So you don't want him to know about it?
No, if this guy doesn't know anything about it, then if he says no, and you don't want to fly the ship, you want to go to the bar, are you even old enough to drink?
No, I just want to kind of just go watch someone kill someone else.
It's pretty cool.
Are you okay, Prey?
I'm going through some stuff. And it will be easy for me to imagine Jiggy.
Well, okay. That's fine. So he'll look at the guy, Matube? Is that his name?
Mutembe.
Matimbe. So Torque is looking for a ship, a tradesman ship. It has,
Any other details?
it has a blue light in the back glowing through the window
Wom, wom,
and hums.
wom.
You understand that the tradesmanship is possibly the most common ship in wild space.
I understand. Torque has been through many places in wild space. But this one has a blue glowing crystal and it hums.
I have seen many tradesmen just today, but I can ask the attendants if you want me to. Maybe they saw one that was glowing.
Okay. Maybe we go to your family's place. You ask people. We come back, and you have all the answers for Torque.
Yes, I will. But for this kind of thing, Mr. Torque, it's not exactly legal.
Hand him a gold.
I don't have a cold.
No, a gold.
No, a gold.
A gold piece. A gold piece.
Oh, I only have a few. Okay. Here's a gold piece.
Thank you very much. I will find you in Mama's tea.
By the way, your mother, she's single.
But I.
You know, I don't think one gold is enough.
Why is he asking about if his mother is single? If they are.
I meant to say that is she the single best cook in the jungle world?
Yes, she is the best. She's also the best at brewing tea.
Hand him another gold, Torque. Just one more.
I'm not. You're not captain anymore.
All right, I'll hand him a gold.
You know, send me another gold. I will get it done twice as fast.
I might have miscalculated, Torque. Carried a 2 where I should have carried a 1.
Where did
Maybe
you
they're
carry
in
it
an
to?
open relationship.
Oh,
Wait, an open what?
I don't understand what that means.
Scheming.
I think Nick's gonna have a heart attack because he was seriously shipping Gurdlac and Chutney, and now this.
Well, it's still early.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
They haven't had time to stare longingly at each other yet.
Oh,
Wait until we get a build of booze in our system.
anything can happen. Okay,
The
so
night is young.
Cut off your hands and get
no,
hooks.
not again, never again.
Not again.
Okay, Matembe takes his money and heads off to go and speak with the other parking attendants. The Chutlac, Jesus. Gurdlac, you were given the like corner of the streets and the level that the Tay house can be found on. So,
Yeah.
and why not? I'm pissed. Nick's really upset. You find this quaint hovel that is carved into the side of an ebony tree. One that is rife with patrons. So busy, in fact, that there are people just kind of stood on the suspended bridges, drinking from like these mugs hewn from teak wood.
Very cool.
Okay. Do you want to head inside to this busy bar?
Absolutely. We'll all saunter in, I suppose.
Okay. You head in, and the place is vibrant with not just a display of brilliant clothing, people wearing like loose fitted sashes and bangled chains, fetishes made from animal bones and hides, but also with a incredible rhythmic drumming music, which many of the patrons are enjoying wholeheartedly, dancing in rhythm to the beats. You walk through the crowds, shifting and flowing as the crowd itself moves almost, in synchronicity to the life of this party inside the bar. And you get up to the hardwood bar, where behind is a very wizened old woman with almost like ridges in her skin. The wrinkles are so deep and pronounced that it looks as though her face is a canyon of her wizened years. She has a volume of like salt and pepper hair, one that is almost like not braided, but pulled back and into like a puffed up afro at the back of her head. How can I help you?
Oh. He'll take a seat on one of the stools, and it kind of creaks under his weight, and it's like this, like.
Wait, I have a stool for turtles, and she
Oh.
reaches down beneath her side of the bar, and she pulls out a steel-banded, reinforced stool.
Oh, thank you. I'll sit it down.
Everybody has like heavy stools.
It's a
That's
necessity
heavy
out in
people.
Wild Space. There's lots of big people.
Right. He'll take a seat.
What can I get you,
Honey.
boys?
Honey tea for the lot of us, please.
Mama's honey tea, coming right up. And she'll place down 4 teak mugs, and then she grabs this huge jug that is made of a clear glass, and you can see the tea inside the it's like a bulbous-ended and then flute-necked pouring implement. The tea itself is a brilliant golden tone, and it looks almost ever so slightly viscous, a little bit not so viscous. It's quite thick to the pour. She pours in like immaculately into each cup with zero wastage, and you can smell these like floral notes of not just like the sweetness coming from the liquor itself, but also these hints of flowers and floral tones, herbs and spices that seem to have somehow made their way into the tea.
Oh. Mama. Quite some tea you have here.
I don't do any of the work. It's my beautiful bees that do it all for me. And as she says that, you see from like the back of her afro, a cloud of bees swarm out and then fly back inside.
Oh wow.
That's bloody cool. How do you get them to stay in there?
I keep their hive in here. I am the queen bee.
So may I call you Mama? Or
Of course, please call me Mama.
Alright. Mama, do you know of any... Is there any sort of bounty system in this city?
Of course there is.
Do you have a board here?
A board in the jungle ward? Yes.
Yeah, like, is there one for your bar here, or...?
I do not operate this business in my bar, but if you head down to the main market, there is in the forum a bulletin board with all of the necessary tasks that need to be completed.
Alright. You guys all sit here. I've got to deal with some business.
Oh, the bathroom. I think it's over there.
Alright. Enjoy the tea. I'll be right back, Torque.
Tay.
Hey.
Spelled Tej.
You're leaving me here with them.
I'll be like 5 minutes. It's not too far, right, Mama?
No, you just go down and go across the road.
See, it's right. You could probably see it out the window. Do you see that, Torque? You can watch. You can watch me.
Why don't you go and stand out on the bridges? The breeze is immaculate when you're drinking tea because your cheeks will get hot from the alcohol.
Can I... Any food? Or just anything?
A cracker. Something.
Dino sticks for all of us.
You know, you
please.
look like you could use a nice stew or maybe some dino sticks. You look so thin.
Dino
Mama needs
sticks.
to feed you.
Yeah, food. Any food, please.
You don't mind what kind of dino?
No. Any food.
Okay. You wait here. Mama will get you some food.
Or
We
dinosaurs.
just have something
like,
chaotic happen so that
It's
he
like
never gets food.
Dinosaur meat
Just
kebabs.
like-
Yeah, but I was
But they're
wondering
shaped
if
like
it's
dinosaur crackers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like chicken nuggets,
That's
but
it,
actual
that's-
dinos.
But on sticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just keep hoping that something happens and he never gets to eat. Like it's always like gets put right there in front of him. He goes to take it, and something tragic happens, and he can never eat.
He ruined it. I was about to have a guy just walk over and like pick up the plate and dance off of it. Before he got the chance.
I would have stabbed that man.
I know you would. You would have murdered him. Zorex just has a very, very hearty metabolism. Okay, he can
He
just
does,
eat
yeah.
and eat and eat, and he never gets fat. He says he's only eating bugs, but you should see how many bugs he eats. Okay, so Talk, you're left in the bar with Gurdlac and Zorex as Mama heads behind the bar into the kitchen to make Zorex some food.
Well, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. How about yourself, Torque?
It'd be going a lot better if we hadn't flown here and not found Gideon.
I agree, yeah, but you know, sometimes you've got to make lemonade out of lemons.
Uh-huh. So, you know, if you guys just want to stay, you don't have to come back if you don't want.
Well, we also, I'd like to point out, have spent exactly 0 minutes asking anybody any questions about Gnarlclaw or Gideon.
I don't think you're
Okay.
trusting my gut enough.
I don't trust your gut. Just let us here and flow here. And all we did was I left a note, and now Gideon's gonna be upset with me because he's what if he comes back and then we're gone, and he wasn't even missing in the first place.
All right, but argument. He'll tap his claws on the countertop. My gut led me to your ship.
Can't your fancy blade just point us the direction to Gnarlclaw?
Zorex, can it do that?
I don't. I've never tried to point it towards
Try it now.
a person.
Do it. Do it.
I will set it on the bar and think about Gnarclaw.
Nothing happens.
I would know the
Think
name
harder.
of his ship, right?
Yes. You know that it's the Scarlet Mantis is the name of his ship.
Scarlet Mantis?
Mantis.
Definitely not what you said the first time.
No, it
You
wasn't.
just heard what you wanted to hear, man.
I was just imagining those Scarlet Mantis.
I mean,
What if I think about the
Scrocan-
name of the ship?
He could be a red scroll. Nothing. It only.
What if he thinks about Scarlet Mantis?
Oh my god! It only points towards celestial bodies, i.e., planets, stars, that kind of thing. Locations on those planets or stars.
Nothing. Doesn't work that way.
All right.
Well, why are you after Gnarclaw?
He has my ship.
It's your ship. What's
Well,
your
it's
ship's
old.
name?
It's old. That Scarlet Mantis.
That's the one. God damn it, man.
What?
Just now we're all hearing
We're all
it.
just hearing mantis now. We can't hear mantis.
Yeah. Oh. I was like.
Oh, there we go. We found our episode title.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
It's the Scarlet Mantis. Can't put tits in the title.
But why does he owe it to you?
All right. So it's a long story. Right. So buckle up. First of all, I used to be his first mate. And Zorex here was not his first mate, but he was a very important member of the crew. All right, Zorex? I came across knowledge that the cut of the loot he was supposed to be giving to us and me, in particular, was being funneled to, well, something that wasn't me in particular.
So, he owes you money.
Just enough money that it means his whole ship.
That's a lot of money.
I did the math. Didn't I do the math, Zorex?
As best as you can.
Exactly.
Okay, well, then it will only help if we do find him. Gideon found him once, but then he escaped. Gideon had him locked up.
Yeah, we were really hoping to find Gideon, to be honest.
Me too.
He seems really cool.
Dude, you've heard about Gideon?
Oh, Gnarclaw used to talk about him all the time. Never shut up about him, really. Gideon this, Gideon that. Paranoid about the sucker.
He's got a crush on Gideon.
Great.
His mantis go scarlet whenever he thinks of him.
Oh my god.
It's not
Naldian.
Captain Icarus, it's Gnarclaw.
Gidclaw.
That's interesting. Gideon is a good man. Well, not good, but good intention.
Oh. Great. I don't care. But thank you.
But I owe everything to Gideon, so it's important that we find him.
Yeah, and Gnarclaw owes everything to me, and it's important that we find him. You see, these two, they connect. I think. Zorex, check
I'm
me
not
out,
so
do I connect?
sure, but maybe.
Look, all I'm saying is that it wouldn't help that you have a few more allies to go up against Gnarlclaw, and well, I need them too, alright? And if Gnarlclaw's got something to do with Gideon's disappearance, then, well, you're gonna need all the help you can get.
So, you want to be honest with Torque? Do you really think he could even possibly be here?
It's where he found me, so why not?
Now that is a good enough reason.
Aye. They know him around these parts, alright? Just as well as I know him. Well, okay, nowhere near as well as I know him, but know of him. Okay.
But if we found you here, why aren't we where he found you?
There's no reason for him to go back. But it's a good place to check. I'm not ruling it out, alright? I'm just saying.
There was no reason for him to go there in the first place. But he found you there anyway.
I mean, good point. He's kind of like me. Stumbling in. Blindly succeeding at things he's not supposed to.
Do you not know where he... If you are a part of his crew, and I know all the spots that Gideon and I would place the Artemis and park, why wouldn't you know where the ship is at?
Alright. I think it's time for another bout of Gurdlac honesty. He's gonna slide his hand along the bar top. I owe a lot of people money. Like a lot. Like every larger establishment in the Jungle War, to be honest with you. But like, I owe a lot of people money.
So, we can't go to those places.
We can. They're just not gonna like it if I show up.
But if you tell... Oh, but so you'll need all the money from the ship to pay off those people.
No, I'm just going to get the ship and get out of here and not care about those people. Who do you think I am?
I thought you were starting to be honest, but now
no, that
you
was,
see
I mean,
you're honest.
honest to you. Yeah, not to him. They're not a part of the honesty clause.
Well, when Prey gets back, maybe he'll have information. Maybe there'll be something on the board that take us to Gnarlclaw so Torque can get... Maybe we catch Gnarlclaw without Gideon. Maybe not. Either way, we make Gideon happy.
I agree. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry I dragged you all along.
Maybe you should try to be honest in the beginning. Torque appreciates honesty.
Well, I just wanted to feel like a captain again, to be honest. Well, not again. I was never a captain. I just wanted to know what it feels like to be a captain, really.
Just power trip.
It only confirmed him how much
It
he
felt,
wishes for it to.
I felt really bloody good, to be honest. It was better than anything.
Okay. Even better than lovemaking. Down by the bulletin board.
Is there like a little office here, or like what?
No,
what's
it's
going
so
on?
There's obviously like the main kind of like market stalls. It's all very much like tented, and there are like vibrant satin and like cloth drapes all over everything, where people are selling and hawking their wares. But in the middle of the town, in the middle of the market even, is a raised wooden platform, and on that wooden platform is a huge wooden board that is suspended between two pillars that have been carved into totem poles with the visages of dinosaurs on them, like dinosaur totem poles. And up there are like a couple of adventure-looking types perusing the board, seeing if there are any bounties they want. And there's also a representative who is talking to those people.
Or kind of get in line behind the people talking to the representative.
As you're talking to the representative, you see a very like a jet black furred tabaxi walk straight past you. He has two very well polished and maintained scimitars on either hip, and he wears a full set of a very thick padded leather armor that is dyed entirely black and studded with black metallic rivets. He walks over to the board, and as he's putting his hands up to the board, he pulls a long scroll off of his back, and using an undulant, a glue that is made from some sort of animal substance at the bottom of the board, and he sticks this poster up to the board. As he's sticking the poster,
dinosaur hooves.
I was thinking more grung spit or something. Just grungs are just their whole thing in society is just to lick things. At the
He's
post
got one in
office.
his pocket.
Yeah, he pulls out a grung, and there's just a grung standing next to him who and then hands it to him. Okay, as he pulls the scroll off, though, you see that attached to his back is not just the scroll, but the scroll is actually covering a flintlock pistol.
He's got a gat.
He's packing heat.
Cat with a gat.
And he posts the thing up, and then he stands up on top. He climbs with his claws to the top of the board and clears his throat.
Adventurers, Mr. Artemis Lamore is looking for fighters for the Arena of Blood. We have had a last-minute cancellation. Unfortunately, Stonehands can't make it this evening. If anybody out there wishes to challenge Mr. Namar's gauntlet and face the champion Diamond Hands, please come sign up on the board.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, up there.
Yes, Mr. Hello?
Hi. Namor, I've heard this name. He's very famous, right? Connections everywhere?
He's a big businessman.
If someone were to compete in such an event, would we be able to get an audience with him?
Oh yes, you would have to come and discuss the terms of your contract.
And how many fighters are necessary?
Well, only one to fight the Diamond Hands, but we can always organize a group combat if this is what you wish.
Well, I've got a few people who might be interested in such a thing. Do you think that we could work out the details? I'll buy you a cup of tea.
Oh, Laser likes tea.
Right. Why don't you hold off on hiring anyone else until we make a deal, okay?
Okay.
And he'll hop down and he'll pull the poster off.
Right. Sorry, I've just got one thing I have to take care of, and I'm going to go up to the representative.
Okay.
Okay, you see that the queue's died down behind him now.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
I need a bounty set up.
You would like to take out a bounty?
Yes.
Very well. For what reason?
A man has stolen money from me.
Oh.
A gnome, to be exact.
A gnome. Okay.
One by the name of Jiggy Space Sand.
Jiggy Space Hand. Space Sand?
Sand!
Sand.
Sand.
Okay. Do you
You
have
heard of
money
him?
to... No, I've never heard this name. It's a ridiculous name. It can't
He's
be
a
a real name.
devil. I'm sure it is. I'll give you a brief description,
I doubt it.
and I want you to take this. I'm gonna hold up, as if it's a lot of money, I'm gonna hold up 5 gold pieces. Place this bounty on his head.
Okay. Take the 5 gold.
Can you do that for
He
me?
takes 1 gold out and puts it in his pocket, and then puts the rest in a pouch that he's carrying. I can do this.
Good. He will rue the day. I'll turn on my heels.
Stupid boy.
Laser! Let's go.
Yes, I'm coming.
Laser skips on after you.
You didn't even give him a description.
He said I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he said
oh,
I
I'm
didn't.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Pink hair, laser beams.
Laser Pointer is my full name.
No, this guy had pink beams.
Oh, he had laser pointers?
I guess so.
Maybe I will find him.
If you do, you'll be a rich man.
I wouldn't do it. 4 gold is not worth a bounty, but I would do it for the lasers.
Alright, let's go get some tea and we'll work out this whole laser and you killing a man.
Yes, I think we will. On the next episode of Spelljammer, Tears of the Moon. I have been Laser. Thank you, Mr. Audience.
I still get no food.
Didn't get to eat all episode.
One more session.
Oh,
Oh, that
poor
was,
Zorex.
that was fun. I know we started out rough, and I'm sure a lot of people weren't able to tune in after the 20-minute delay thanks to some spotty internet issues, but I think we made the most of the time we did. I apologize to my players for not letting them take a break, but you guys pushed through it, and I think you did everybody proud.
I'm gonna have to make a union.
Thank you.
This is fucking child's play, Rob. We used to do 6-hour sessions with no breaks.
These new D&D players are soft, Matt. We have to.
It's true.
We have to pretend like we're suffering. Okay, Jake.
I just work.
And
Never
Matt,
mind,
a massive thank you to the both of you. This session wouldn't have gone ahead if you guys wouldn't have brought yourselves along and brought your amazing duo of Captain Gurdlac and First Mate Zorex to the table. So props to the pair of you. I think you did awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. It's always fun playing with. I mean, you guys. And I miss that, so it's awesome to have you guys on board playing with it.
And so once again, let's just rattle things off and say goodnight to everybody. Jake, is there anything you would like to plug for the audience?
No, I'm a boring human.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say?
Thanks for letting me join in, guys. It was a blast. Like I had a good time. Hopefully Gurdlac was fun for everybody, as chaotic as he may be.
Always. It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure having you on. Matt, anything you want to tell people about?
I'm just happy to be here.
Well, we were happy to have you, man. I really enjoyed Zorex. It's a very different character for you, and I think you nailed it on the head. So, again, props to that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ryan, any podcast updates? Any updates on secrets that you are holding from us?
I'm not holding any secrets. No, obviously podcasts. We're posting them up every Sundays. I think this week we were. I was a little bit later. No, I was actually on time this time. But those are going up, and I'm posting them out. Obviously, hitting them out on Twitter, some things like that. Just go out, subscribe if you want, download them or whatever. It's always appreciated, even if just help build the community and let other folks listen to it. As far as other projects externally from this, just keep hoping that some things line up, and then we'll see where they go. So very excited. Hopefully news in the next couple of weeks, hopefully right for Thanksgiving. So that would be the ultimate goal there.
We're all crossing our fingers for you, buddy. James.
Yeah, I'm really happy that we got Matt and Jake here. It was really good to connect all four of us. I'm sorry for all of the board game puns. I really hope we don't get in trouble with the.
If James isn't here next week, it's because he's in prison. So
it was a big risk, and
it was so brave.
Yeah, and hopefully. We get some sort of clue on to where to go next.
It's always nice. All of us. James, you still keep going. I don't know. It's because we've all played together on Wednesday nights before. It's just nice to get this group all back together on some things, and really just fun and shenanigans that always in play, especially if you have all of us involved. So
who knows? If one day we manage to do a second stream every week, you may see more of Jake and Matt more regular basis. But we'll see what can be done. So from me, I just I want to firstly apologize for the spotty upload schedule. Recently, I have had a ton of stuff going on in the background, so I haven't been as available to cut and render all of the videos so that they're in a premium state for everyone to view. So they will get put up probably in like a big chunk, so that we're all caught up, so we're not lagging behind.
Quite the operation.
Yeah, it is quite. There's a lot of moving parts to what we do here. Look out for. Please go and follow the TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube as we put out more little auxiliary content for our community, things that we think you might enjoy besides us just playing Dungeons and Dragons. Please do come and join us in the Discord server if you are ever looking for a game. We do run pay-to-play sessions with myself, James, and now also Matt. So that's something that we should be plugging for Matt as he begins his new sessions as a DM in the server and not just as a player. But yeah, I had a blast. Sorry about the internet not going to plan at the beginning of the session. Look forward to next week, where we will be welcoming back Jake and Matt for another week to prop up the numbers. As I'm not sure if Christina will be back next week, but Justin is again unavailable. He is currently doing the dress rehearsals for his show that, again, if you can get tickets to and you're in the Nashville area or willing to head to the Nashville area, please do go and check him out. As we can all not say enough, Justin is an incredibly talented individual, and we want to see him supported in every way possible. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good night. And Ryan, would you like to lead us out with the voice of God once again?
I don't know. I don't know if it's me. I think Captain Gurdlac over here should lead us out.
Jake, do the honors.
Is there some code word I have to say?
No, just say whatever you want.
Oh. See ya, Space Cowboy.